Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast.
This is a show dedicated to helping you become a better organist.
We're your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius.
And Aušra Motuzaitytė-Pinkevičienė.
We have over 30 years of experience of playing the organ.
And we've been teaching thousands of organists online from 89 countries since 2011.
So now let's jump in and get started with the podcast for today.
We hope you'll enjoy it.
Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 745 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Dawn, who is our Total Organist community member. And she asks, how can I improve fingering in general without using annotated scores? She wants to get better at playing unfamiliar music or even familiar music without fingering written in, right?
Well, as children, we all, those who received professional training on the piano, probably were forced to play scales, chords and arpeggios. So this is one of a very good way to get good fingering, notion of fingering, to do that, because every scale, C major requires one fingering, and if you are playing, let's say, B major, you will do it with different fingering, and it will help you. And the same with chords, and arpeggios. And this will greatly improve your ability to fingering any music, especially if we are talking about romantic period of music, and modern music. Maybe not so much with Baroque music, where we use more specific fingering.
What about classical?
Too, those things never, hurt,
Mm-hmm.
And another advice from me would be sight read unfamiliar music every day. Sight reading will help you to improve your fingering.
I like Aušra's ideas about scales, arpeggios and chords, because when you think about any piece of music, classical music, romantic music, even Baroque music, if there is a passage in one hand, single melodic line, like ornamented chorale, right? Chances are that there is some kind of excerpt of a scale there. Equal notes ascending or descending, or even if it's not stepwise motion, but sort of in one position, it still derives from the scale. So playing scales would help you play melodies, single lines in right hand, in the left hand as well. What happens if the melody goes jumping, right, from lower register to the top register through several keys, several notes? It's more like arpeggios, right?
Yes. And like broken arpeggios too. And
Yes, so if you practice arpeggios, you will know how to play single line melodies, not in stepwise motion. And again, chords, chords, if you have accompaniment in the left hand part in a given piece, chances are that you're playing chords, the same chords that you would be practicing. That both hands could be playing chords in big postlude or a big prelude, right? Where several notes have to be played in one hand, 2-3 notes. With two notes would be probably beneficial to play intervals like thirds and six, using double thirds and double six in parallel motion, left hand and right hand, and then play those scales up and down, and even with the opposite direction as well.
yes. And it helps your coordination too, your technique, and you get to feel comfortable in any given key, actually.
Mm-hmm. starting from C major and
Yes.
A minor, and then going through the ascending number of increasing number of accidentals. I've done the training like this from Dawn's request, and I think she has been practicing this at least for a while.
And somebody would say that, oh, I'm organist, I'm not a pianist. Why do I need to do it? Well, Vidas former organ professor Leopoldas Degrees, who passed away last January, always taught us that we need to divide our practice into 3 parts, and one part must be done at the organ, playing the organ. Second part must be done at the piano, playing piano. This is very important for organists to play piano. And the third part is mental preparation, so studying your score without playing it. So I think it's a very, very good suggestion for anybody, for any organist.
To spend time
Yeah.
on the piano.
Yeah.
Or if you're doing just the organ practice, using some of the time for warm-up as scale practicing, arpeggios and chords as well. Yeah, you can take advantage of that training for organists, scales and arpeggios and chords that we have in our Total Organist training materials, and this is really, I think, beneficial for people. I had lots of fun creating it on our Hauptwerk setup, and some keys, for example, on the organ work through more octaves than others. Like C major, you start on the bottom, right? And with the top note, you could do 4 or 5 octaves. But let's say if you practice B major, B, right? So there is no B below low C, so you have to go 1 octave higher and then half step lower from that C, right? So basically your range of the scale in B major or B flat major is shorter than in C major. A major is the same too. A flat major. G major even, right? No, G major could be top note is still available. So depending on what kind of keyboard you have. If you have 48 notes or you have 61 notes, right? But if you don't have a very wide range of octaves, you could repeat more times. Yes, let's say play scales or arpeggios through three octaves and do it twice, not once.
Yes, and your fingers will appreciate that while playing repertoire. Because we still will remember. The muscle memory is quite a powerful tool to have, and it helps us a lot. And of course, as I said before, you need to sight read music too every day, because sight reading helps to build up that good feeling of right fingering. And the more unfamiliar music you play, the better you will get. The more will you improve.
And I think also elephant in the room is music theory and harmony. First music theory and then harmony, because if you just playing those pieces without understanding what chords, what keys you're playing, then you're not connecting those passages, not connecting those patterns in your head.
Yes, and that's the problem with, let's say, early musical training, because like for the kids, we cannot comprehend music theory as well as adults or young adults. But we still need to develop that technique and good fingering. So it's a problem, but since most of our listeners are adults, so that's not a problem. So you always need to analyze and know the structure of the piece, where the keys changes, and all that kind of stuff, where the cadences are, how the pieces put together, and this will help you to learn it faster and to play it better.
Good advice. In general, ideally, organ practice should be divided into a few parts, not just one single element, like you're learning your favorite organ piece, yeah, or playing hymns, and that's it. Ideally, you should do warm-ups, and that's where scales, arpeggios, and chords are handy. Then your main practice could be level 1, 2, 3 pieces, right? This famous system that we sometimes use, which helps you actually to learn pieces of different degrees of difficulty. Do you think it's a good advice?
Yes, that's a very good advice.
And I think we can do a little break and come back after a sip of water. This is Secrets of Organ Playing mug. If you want to have one like this, you can check out the description of this video. The link to this mug is available as well. Would you like to drink something?
No, thank you.
No, not from my cup.
It's your mug, not mine. I don't have mine.
Maybe we should order a second one for you.
Maybe. My birthday is coming.
Oh, good birthday gift. Secrets of Organ Playing mug. All right. So, yeah, let's come back to this conversation about the elements of practice. Yeah, warming up, technical exercises, and then a real repertoire that you could be playing. And then some people don't play repertoire, but they play hymns, let's say. So that could be instead of the repertoire. What else could you do on the organ bench, Osha, if you still have time?
Improvise, of course.
Improvise, yeah.
And sight read.
And sight read, exactly like Osha says, 10-15 minutes of sight reading every day would be very, very beneficial in the long run, because you will just gain so much new repertoire and get familiar with many, many styles.
And especially if you are a church musician, those pieces could work well at your church. There are so many wonderful collections that you could sight read.
Definitely. And improvisation. If you want to learn to improvise, treat your practice time for improvisation as in the same style as you would do for the repertoire. If you are improvising, do it in a way as if you would be practicing a real written down piece by somebody else. By that I mean take steps, step-by-step approach. Don't play everything together right away. Don't play at a concert tempo right away. Slow down and reduce the texture. Make your practice from single melodies, 2 voices, 3 voices before doing all parts together. What else? Yeah, harmony theory, music theory is very beneficial. You could do that.
And it should come probably before your practice.
Not on the organ bench, probably.
You need to know what you are playing before you start playing it.
Analyze your pieces too, mentally. So you could actually sit at the table and look at the score and with a pencil circle cadences, keys, modulations, If it's a fugue, analyze by subjects and counter subjects and keys, and count the number of thematic appearances, things like that, so that you would know how the piece is put together.
Yes. This is very helpful, actually.
For us, for example, at this level, professional level, when we are preparing for deadline, for recitals, right? We do it naturally. We do it while even sight reading a
Yes.
piece. We don't need to, sit down at the table and do it separately, because we look at the music and we hear inside of our heads what's happening, and not always. Some music is more complex than others, of course, and we need to decipher it this way. But in general, yeah, we could see, and definitely this analysis is integrated into our playing.
And it especially helps to knowing your piece well if you are performing it at live, because if you will have some sort of mental break, or something will happen, some kind of accident, while you're playing, this knowledge of what is happening in your piece in particular moment will save your performance, because you will know what is happening. Because if you don't know how the piece is put together, you will be lost.
Lovely. So, guys, thank you for your questions. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing our podcasts and videos with others. And thank you for subscribing. And thank you for your support as well. And please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.
This podcast is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online.
It has hundreds of courses, coaching and practice materials for every area of organ playing, thousands of instructional videos and PDFs. You will not find more value anywhere else online.
Total Organist helps you to master any piece, perfect your technique, develop your sight reading skills, improvise or compose your own music, and much, much more.
Sign up and begin your training today at organduo.lt and click on Total Organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
If you like our organ music, you can also support us on Buy Me a Coffee platform.
Find out more at buymeacoffee.com/organduo.